Hey guys, it's Drew here at the Cooking the Tribal Council Fab Lab. We have a video that talks about finding inner birch bark and peeling birch bark. So we found a downed tree that was down this winter, and we peeled off the bark, and then we peeled off the inner bark also. You never want to do this to a live tree because it will kill it, but we did a dead tree, and I peeled this yesterday, and I'm just going to show you what we do. I'm just breaking it off into little chips. It's pretty dry already, but I'm going to throw it into a food dehydrator and dehydrate it so it's nice and dry. There's parts that are still wet. You see this part? This is actually part of the tree. This is the wood, not the inner bark. So I'm trying to pull that off because we don't really want the wood into our cookies or flour or whatever we're making. So I'm just dehydrating this to make birch flour. So I'm going to just break it into little pieces. Some of it breaks really nice and easy, some of it's still wet. So we harvested a bunch of this. I'm going to use a food dehydrator. You could just put them on a grate and dry them in the sun. Alaska's pretty dry, so things dry pretty easy. But I'm just going to dry these up and show you the process of making flour with them. So once these are dry, probably in a day or two, I'm just going to run the dehydrator all day and overnight. I'm going to take these chips and I am going to put them in my coffee grinder and turn them into some flour. So there's my next layer. I'm just putting them into smaller pieces because I'm going to be using a coffee grinder. So I could just dry them out like this as a big strip, but it wouldn't be as nice. Okay, I'm going to keep doing this and I'll get back to you with the results. So here's my dehydrator. I have all 4 levels filled up. I also have some left over that I'm going to do it traditionally, and I have it in this basket that Brian made when we were out collecting sap from the same tree that we collected the bark, or the inner bark from. So I'm just going to put the lid on it, plug it in. So there's my lid. Plug it on in. I just unplugged my light and crank it on, let it run for a little while. I'm going to put this one out in the sun and let it dry. So find a nice sunny spot. I'm going to put it out here on my porch, and I just have a nice little screw right there. I'm just going to hang it so it gets some sun. Come around every once in a while and shake it up and mix it up and let it dry. And I'll show you when I'm making flour.